Emily Carter was 24 years old and lived in a small apartment in Chicago, Illinois. Every morning she woke up before sunrise, not because she wanted to, but because life gave her no other choice. While many people on social media believed she had a perfect life, the truth was completely different. She worked 2 jobs, one at a coffee shop during the day and another delivering food at night. Every dollar she earned disappeared into rent, student loans, and helping her widowed mother. She had dreams once. Big dreams. She wanted to become a fashion designer and launch her own clothing brand. But dreams don't always survive reality. Every evening, after working nearly 16 hours, Emily would sit by her apartment window looking at the lights of Chicago's skyline. She wondered, is this really all my life is going to be? 3 years earlier, Emily had graduated from one of America's respected fashion schools. She believed companies would fight to hire her. Instead, she received rejection after rejection. 28 interviews. 28 no. Some companies never even replied. Others told her she lacked experience. How could she get experience if nobody gave her a chance? Eventually, her savings disappeared. She had no choice but to accept a minimum wage job at a neighborhood cafe. Her classmates posted pictures from New York Fashion Week, luxury offices, and designer events. Emily served coffee. Every single day, she smiled at customers while hiding tears inside. One rainy afternoon, an elderly woman entered the cafe. She ordered hot tea. Emily noticed the woman struggling to hold several shopping bags. Without thinking twice, Emily helped carry them to her car. The woman smiled warmly. "Young lady," she said, "kindness is becoming rare." Emily smiled. "It's free." The woman laughed. Before leaving, she asked, "What do you actually want to do with your life?" Emily hesitated. "I want to become a fashion designer." The woman looked surprised. "Then why are you serving coffee?" Emily lowered her eyes. "Because dreams don't pay rent." The woman nodded thoughtfully and drove away. Emily never expected to see her again. 2 weeks later, a black luxury SUV stopped outside the cafe. The same elderly woman walked inside. This time she was wearing elegant clothes. Everyone in the cafe greeted her respectfully. Emily became confused. The woman invited Emily to sit for 5 minutes. She introduced herself. "My name is Margaret Wilson." Emily searched online later and almost dropped her phone. Margaret Wilson was the founder of one of America's largest luxury clothing companies. The woman remembered Emily's kindness. Not because Emily wanted something, because she expected nothing. Margaret offered her a 3-month internship. The salary was small, but it was the opportunity Emily had prayed for. Emily accepted immediately. The first day at the company was overwhelming. Modern offices, creative studios, professional designers, people discussing million-dollar collections. Emily felt like she didn't belong. Some employees looked down on her because she came from a cafe. One designer whispered, "She's only here because the boss likes her." Emily heard every word, but she stayed silent. Instead of arguing, she worked harder. She arrived before everyone. She left after everyone. She learned every software program. She studied fabric production. She practiced sketching late into the night. Sometimes she slept only 4 hours. Months passed. One evening, a major client unexpectedly rejected an entire clothing collection worth millions. The company had only 72 hours to create something completely new. Panic spread through the office. Everyone was exhausted. Emily quietly walked to Margaret's office. "I have an idea." Several senior designers laughed. "The intern has an idea?" Margaret didn't laugh. She listened. Emily presented a collection inspired by everyday American women. Teachers, nurses, single mothers, college students, women who worked hard every day. Elegant clothes, comfortable, affordable, beautiful. Margaret loved it. The company took the risk. For 3 days, nobody slept much. Emily worked alongside experienced designers. Finally, the collection launched. Nobody knew what would happen. The first day, everything sold out online. The second day, stores requested emergency shipments. The third day, News channels called it one of the most relatable fashion collections of the year. Customers said, "Finally someone designed clothes for real women." Emily cried, not because of success, because someone had finally believed in her. Margaret promoted Emily to junior designer. Within 2 years, she became creative director. Her salary increased more than she had ever imagined. She paid off her student loans, bought her mother a beautiful home, and finally, she opened the small design studio she had dreamed about for years. But Emily never forgot where she came from. Every Friday evening, she visited the same cafe where she once worked. She ordered the cheapest coffee on the menu. She always tipped generously. Whenever young employees shared their dreams, she listened carefully. One day, a teenage waitress nervously admitted, "I want to become a photographer." Emily smiled. "Then don't stop taking pictures." The waitress asked, "What if I fail?" Emily looked out the window before answering, "You only truly fail when you stop trying." Several years later, Emily created a scholarship for young women across the United States who couldn't afford fashion school. Every year, dozens of girls received financial support. Some became designers. Others became entrepreneurs. Many simply gained confidence they never had before. Emily often spoke at schools and universities. People expected speeches about success. Instead, she talked about rejection, fear, failure, loneliness, because those moments shaped her far more than success ever did. One evening after a public event, a young girl approached her with tears in her eyes. "I was about to give up on my dream today." Emily smiled gently. "What changed?" The girl held up Emily's biography. "I heard your story." Emily hugged her. In that moment, she realized something. Success isn't measured by money. It isn't measured by fame. It's measured by the number of people who believe in themselves because they first believed in you. Years later, Emily stood once again by a window overlooking Chicago. The same city, the same skyline, but a completely different life. She remembered the lonely apartment, the unpaid bills, the rejection emails, the sleepless nights. Every painful chapter had led her here. She whispered to herself, "Thank you for not giving up." Outside, thousands of lights filled the city. Somewhere among those lights, another young girl was working late. Another dream was waiting. Another future was quietly beginning. And just like Emily once did, she only needed one opportunity and the courage to keep believing until it arrived.